Hey weirdos, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing today? I have had better days. As you're gonna see here in a minute, I've got some dips from Gigi's. Nothing I haven't used before. I love her dip powders, but I did get some new liquids that came highly recommended to me. And as you are going to see, they did not like working with me. I'm a little offended and hurt. So I don't know what this video is going to be. I wanted to show you the whole thing. I guess it's going to be, I had a rough mani day. And you can fix a mani with filing. That's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. I'm doing my normal thing, a thing I do with every single liquids, you know what I mean, every single set of liquids that I use. I do one coat of the base over my naked nail, and that is like my foundation that helps the dip adhere, that slows down a quick drying base. It makes a smoother surface for you to put your dip base and your dip powder. So that's what I do all the time. So I've done that, and now as you're going to see, I started having some issues. The dip base, it was a little thinner than my Sparkle & Co. that I normally use. Not quite a Virgo and Gem type consistency, something in between, I guess. And I put on the base like I normally would. I go to dip into the powder. Now I've used this powder before. I know how it performs. And it is extraordinarily patchy. And what? Words, Marla, words. At this point, I'm like, I need a control group. I need to figure out if it's the powder or if it's the liquids. So as you're going to see a little bit ahead, I'm going to do pink nails first. This is Pillow Talk by Gigi's. I've also got Fern Gully. It's like a sagey green color, super cute. I'm going to use my Sparkle & Co. base with the Fern Gully so I can see the two together. And these powders have very, very similar formulas. They have the slightest teeny tiny little bit of shimmer to them, but for the most part, they're matte powders. So same formula, everything is even Steven, fair playing ground. And I didn't know, as you could see, I did stir up that pink powder because I'm like, I don't know if it's me or if it's the dip or if it's the liquids. I did stir up the powder, and unfortunately, it's still applying super patchy, which tells me it's not a powder problem, it's a liquid problem. And I'm going to confirm that when I get into doing the green nails. Now, does this mean this liquid is bad? No, absolutely not. I know a lot of people that use these liquids. They're going to be in the description box if you want to check them out. I'm not going to say the name publicly just because I don't want anyone to think that I'm trashing a company. I am not. This is a personal preference thing. But for me, this liquid just did not self-level the way I like it to typically, which means probably that I put this liquid on too thick, and that is my bad, my fault. However, that's the way I do things. So it just means these liquids are not compatible with the way I do my dip nails. Now, if you're very into super thin layers, then you might love this liquid set. Just wasn't for me. And I did switch over to my Sparkle & Co. base for my second dip. And as you're going to see coming up, I do a third pour over because I wanted just a teeny tiny little bit more coverage on some of those patchy areas. And I'm going to let you watch me file, and we're going to finish this thing, and it's going to look good. It's going to look good. But it was a train wreck. Do you guys have those off mani days where you're just frustrated? You're just frustrated and you want to set your nails on fire. This was one of those days for me. I'm like, oh my God, nothing's going right. But as you're going to see coming up, the Fern Gully, the green with the Sparkle & Co. base from like out the gate, comes out way better. And that's when I knew it must be a liquid issue, not a powder issue, not a Marla issue. This was just the liquids not wanting to work with me that day, which is fine. I have slightly hard feelings, but I'll get over it. I'm going to get on to doing the Fern Gully on these two nails. They're going to go swimmingly and perfectly. I'm just going to let you watch, and I will come back and we're going to talk about how to fix this. Okay, so first dip is done, and as you can see, there's a huge difference between the pink nails and the green nails. These pink problem nails. Okay, now if you're anything like me, especially when I first started, you're probably starting to freak out going, how am I going to fix this? As you can see, I switched over to my Sparkle & Co. liquids just because I know they perform a certain way for the way that I use them, right? I just know they work better for me than the other liquids that I was using. As you can see, it is still looking kind of patchy, and that is due to that first layer being super uneven. So how I'm going to try and fix this, they're going to be a little thick. They're going to be a little thick. After I finish this round of dips, you're going to see I'm going to do a third, I'm using air quotes, dip on the pink nails. I'm not going to dip them proper. I'm going to do a little pour over. Pour over, for some reason, tends to have a thinner coverage than if you're dipping into a jar. So I figured it's not like doing a whole extra dip, but it's kind of like doing an extra dip, and that'll give me a little bit more of a buffer space to really get in there with my file and even them out. I'm going to cap and clear like I usually do. It's not a thicker clear cap per se, but I definitely did a generous, healthy clear cap. Again, more buffer room so I can really get in there with my file. And I'm going to include a good bit of my filing routine. So if you want to pop over to that, you can, unless you want to watch me do my pour over method. I did cap and clear, like I said, but I did it off camera just so you don't have to watch it because you've seen me do it a million times. I cap and clear, I remove excess with a fluffy brush, and then I scrub it pretty aggressively with that stiff bristled brush you see to my right over there. That will make it as clear as possible, although not necessary-ish. If you're using a color like this, the clear dip powder is not going to affect the pale pink. And can we just, by the way, can we appreciate how gorgeous this pink dip powder is? It reminds me of, what was that? It was from Kiara Sky, I feel like. I used it 150 years ago. 150? Who am I? I can't remember what it was called. Simple Life? Does that ring a bell? I know I've used it before in some video. If I can find it, I'll stick it in the description box. I almost said the cards. I'm not using the cards anymore just because I don't like the way they look. You can't even see what the whole video is called. So I'm just going to put every video that I reference down in the description box. So everything is all in one place. Okay. So, what? I have no words. Okay. As I'm doing this voiceover, I'm going to talk to you about personal stuff just because it's on my mind. As I'm doing this voiceover, today is July 6th. You guys are seeing this on the 8th. So it's only 2 days before upload. I have the whole house to myself. My kiddos got on a plane today and went up to New York, and they're going to spend 3 weeks up there with my family and with their dad's family. So I have been super distracted all day. I was distracted, because my kids are very good flyers. This is their third solo flight to New York. I don't go up there with them. I let them have their time with their families and do their own thing. But they're very, very good flyers. They're not an issue on the plane. But I'm a nervous wreck. I don't breathe. I have anxiety starting like 2 days before. And they have landed. They are fine. They made it to New York safely. They're at their grandparents' house. And they are good. But I still have that anxiety because they're so far away. And if you're wondering why I don't go up there with them, it's really because, well, 2 reasons. Especially now because my kids have been home with me in quarantine. Kind of quarantine. They didn't go back to campus. So they've been home every single day with me for the last 18 months. And I figured we all needed a little break from each other, as we usually do. So they're up there. Gonna go spend time with their family. I'm gonna be down here, just gonna work and hang out and keep my house clean for more than 48 hours, which I'm so excited about. And snacks. I can eat all the snacks in the house and not have to hide them from anybody, except the cats, but they usually don't go for human food anyway. So that's what I've been up to. What have you guys been up to? Do you guys have vacation plans for the summer at all? I don't. I live in Florida. Every day is a vacation for me, honestly. So I don't plan on going anywhere. I will be going up to Jacksonville in a couple of weeks. One of my best friends lives up in Jacksonville. I haven't seen her in a few years. So I'm going to go hang out with her and her kiddos for a weekend. Other than that, I don't have anything going on. I'm boring. But you know what? I like boring. Boring works for me. So that's what I'm doing. Comment down below and let me know what you guys are doing and if you're even feeling like you want to travel and go somewhere. I'll be curious to hear, your opinions on that kind of thing. Okay, back to nails. Sorry. We're going to get into filing. This is going to be my same exact filing routine for the most part. It's just going to be a little bit more intense. I am seasoning this file. This came with the liquids that I used in the beginning. This is how you season a file. I'm taking off all the rough edges so I don't cut myself when I file. This file confused me a lot of it. It did say what grit it was. It looked to be a 100-180 grit. However, I had a really difficult time distinguishing which side was which is unusual. I don't know if my fingers were just, not right, or if the file is subtly 100-180. I don't know. I gave it a go with both sides, and I wasn't really liking the way I was filing. I always start with my sidewalls and my free edge. I clean up my shape first, and then I contour. You're going to see I quickly get rid of this file. And I go grab my 100 grit file and then my 150, and I do my normal filing with those files because this one just wasn't cutting it for me. I don't know why. The whole thing, the whole thing was just, it was a hot mess Marla moment, and that hasn't happened in a good while, but it does happen. So if you find yourself once in a while, or even if it's more often than that, a few times in a while, having off mani days, just understand and know that you are not alone, that I myself have off mani days, and you're not alone. I'm not alone. If you've had an off mani day at any point this year, since January, comment down below and let us know. That way we don't have to feel so alone. We'll all be in the hot mess mani club together. I'm going to let you keep watching. As you can see, I did switch to my 100 grit file. I'm finishing up my shaping. I'm going to grab my e-file. This is the new e-file from iGel Beauty. It's the XS 2.0, very, very similar to the OG. I've got it on reverse because I'm using my left hand, and it's going at 10 rotations per minute. That's RPM. And I'm just going to do my cuticle and a little bit of contouring. The bulk of the contouring I'm going to do with my hand file. I'm going to really get in there, really rough it up, really even out that surface, check it out from all angles. And then we're going to be done, and we're going to top coat, and we're going to see if I can fix this train wreck. So I'm going to let you guys watch for a little bit. I'll come back when it's time for top coat. I don't know, because it was so sped up. If you could tell just how much filing I did, it was a lot. It was a lot of filing, but this just goes to show that no matter how badly you screw up a mani, you can always fix it with filing. I'm going in with my activator. If you're using dip top coat, the activator is necessary. It will cure your dip top coat. It cures the dip top coat and base coat. So you need that for your dip top. If you want to use a different top coat, if you're a gel top coat kind of person, you do not need the second coat of activator. You could go right in with your gel top coat. If you're using regular polished top coat, also don't need the activator. You can just go in with your polished top coat. I am wiping off the excess activator so I don't contaminate my top coat brush. And then I'm going to go in with 2 coats of my Glossy 2.0 from Sparkle & Co. After the base issue with the other liquids I was trying, I had attitude and I did not want to use any of the other liquids. Not the activator, not the top coat, nothing. I yeeted them. I yeeted them right into a box, an empty box that was sitting next to my nail desk. I think one of my moderators loves these or those liquids, so I'm probably just going to send them to her. But yeah, I shan't be using them again. They frustrated the heck out of me, and not for me, but she'll love them, so I'm going to send them over to her. You're welcome. I'm going to let you watch the finish of the top coat, and I'll give you all my final thoughts as if you didn't already know. So here's the way they look finished. And could you tell that I had significantly screwed all this up? Probably not. I mean, I could, but I was looking at them super close. So from far away, it's like a Monet. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you took something away from this. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.